Major WWE superstar declares Liv Morgan the company's MVP. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Jennifer. Have a nice day. For the WWE family latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Liv Morgan suffered a nasty injury during a match with Kairi Sane last week. An injury that looks like it might keep her on the sidelines for a prolonged period, with surgery to repair the damage in her future. A blow not only to Morgan, but WWE as a whole, especially if CM Punk's take on what Morgan has contributed to the company so far in 2025 is anything to go by. Punk was one of many WWE superstars in attendance at Fanatics Fest this past weekend. During one of the event's panels, Punk took the opportunity to praise Morgan with the injury she suffered on Raw last week. Still fresh in fans' minds, Punk quote-s comments are hard to argue with. You can arguably trace Morgan's recent success back even further. The women's tag team champion suffered a hiccup at the end of 2023 when she was arrested for having marijuana in her car. Since returning from that blip, Morgan's career has gone from strength to strength. As for the injury, Punk noted that it's unfortunately a part of the job. It's not just Morgan's trajectory that has potentially been affected by the injury. Apparently, plans for next month's Evolution are also up in the air. Nothing for the PLE's CAD has been confirmed yet, but it seemed very likely that the plan was for Morgan to face off against Nikki Bella, maybe even both Nikki and Brie Bella as Brie, as there were rumors after Morgan and Nikki clashed, suggesting the second Bella twin was preparing to come OT of retirement and help her sister. There might have even been a plan to have the Bellas face off against Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez for the tag team titles. Now that match can't happen, if that was indeed the plan, and the status of the women's tag titles is in limbo. WWE already held off on stripping the champs of the titles while Morgan was away filming a movie. The severity of her injury may dictate whether the company is willing to do that again. Liv Morgan is expected to miss several months of in-ring action due to a serious shoulder injury. Vince Russo, WWE's former head writer, thinks the company would be wrong to keep the 31-year-old off television. On the June 16th episode of Raw, Morgan sustained a dislocated shoulder shortly after her match against Kairi Sane began. While some injured WWE stars remain on TV in non-wrestling roles, others are removed from storylines before returning when their injury has healed. Russo said on Sportskeeda Wrestling's Writing with Russo that WWE's higher-ups are likely to write Morgan out of her current Raw storyline. However, he believes the Judgment Day member should continue to make on-screen appearances. The biggest mistake they're gonna make is to leave Liv Morgan home, Russo said. That's the biggest mistake they're gonna make. Now, I understand, I think she needs surgery. If she needs surgery, she needs to be home for a month. That's fine. But WWE is wasting an opportunity if she's out 4 months and you have her sitting at home for 4 months. 0:43 1 o'clock. Morgan looks set to face Nikki Bella at the All-Women's Evolution event on July 13th. Bella was due to appear on last week's Raw, but her segment was nixed following Morgan's injury. Over the last year, Liv Morgan has become one of WWE's most prominent characters. The Raw star is Dominic Mysterio's on-screen girlfriend and currently holds the Women's Tag Team Championships with Raquel Rodriguez. Vince Russo told host Dr. Chris Featherstone that Morgan should stay on television because she is a crucial part of WWE programming. She should be home, rest up until she gets clearance that she can go back to work to not wrestle. She needs to be a part of these shows because she's one of the only characters they have. But you and I know damn well, Chris, they do everything for the pop, so they are gonna have her sit home and then here comes Royal Rumble. And it's like, okay guys, so for that one pop, you're gonna sacrifice 3 months of television, bro. It's ridiculous. 104-141. Morgan is also likely to miss WWE's first 2-night SummerSlam event on August 2nd. 3. The show will take place in the Women's Tag Team Champions' home state of New Jersey. CM Punk took a moment during his appearance at Kevin Hart's Cold Ass Balls event at Fanatics Fest in New York City to express high praise for Liv Morgan, highlighting her as one of the standout performers in WWE this past year. Punk reflected on how much Morgan has evolved in recent times, even though he was not around during her early career rise. Shout out to Liv Morgan, who recently got injured. She was like my MVP for the year. I look at people like Liv, who probably started right after I left, 2014-ish, and just from the time I've been around her and been able to see her work, just the way she's developed this last year and just broken out of her shell and turned into this little worker, it kind of warms my heart. I missed her the first part of the journey, but to be here, see her grow into who she's become. Punk also spoke candidly about the unfortunate reality of injuries in professional wrestling following Morgan's recent setback. It's disappointing she got injured, but it's part of the process. Nobody gets out alive is what I like to say. When you do this, it's just part of the job. There are few people that Dominic Mysterio genuinely likes, and while Liv Morgan is obviously at the top of his list, Trish Stratus is someone Mysterio deeply respects as well. That's why it's no surprise Mysterio and Stratus recreated an old photo of theirs recently. The Intercontinental Champion took to Twitter and uploaded a couple of photos of himself with Trish Stratus, where the WWE Hall of Famer picked him up in her arms and he posed with the title. Dominic Mysterio also called Stratus the best thing to ever come out of Canada, saying, "Best thing to ever come out of Canada." The best thing about the meeting was the fact that Dominic Mysterio and Trish Stratus recreated a photo from when Mysterio was just a kid, and the WWE Hall of Famer picked him up in her arms. Dominic Mysterio has seen big success after winning the Intercontinental Champion, but he will always be grateful to the likes of Trish Stratus, who have always been supportive of his WWE journey from the very beginning. The recreated photo is a great reminder of how legacy matters, and fans wouldn't have it any other way. What do you think of Dominic Mysterio and Trish Stratus recreating their iconic photo together? Please share your thoughts and feedback in the comment section below. Liv Morgan is out with an injury, one that is expected to keep the women's tag team champion away from the ring for months. During the Cold as Balls panel with Kevin Hart at Fanatics Fest, CM Punk paused the comedy to shout out Morgan, highlighting her impact in WWE over the past year. Punk highlighted how Morgan arrived in WWE not long after he walked out in 2014. Though he hasn't been around for the majority of her career, what he's seen up close has amazed the best in the world. Punk chalked up Liv's injury as disappointing, but also part of the process of being a WWE superstar. Hart praised Punk for his homage, calling the synergy among talent in wrestling the dope thing about the sport. Liv Morgan's injury has already caused major creative shifts in WWE's women's division, as a rumored showdown with Nikki Bella for Evolution 2 will not go ahead. We at C-Scoops are continuing to wish her a full and speedy recovery.